What's up, everybody? So this is my everyday makeup routine. I didn't realize how highly requested that this is. I didn't realize that you guys really wanted to know, how I do my makeup. So I decided to film one for you. So starting with a blank canvas, I use a little bit of Boots number 7, the Beautifully Matte Primer. My skin is extremely oily, extremely oily. So I have to, put a primer on to make sure I stay matte for most of the day. It never seems to help though. I usually use Becca primer, but I ran out. So just filling in my eyebrows a little bit. You notice that I have a scar on one of my eyebrows, so I kind of have to fill it in first, and then I like to put a little bit of concealer on there just to make my eyebrow a little more crisp, because without it, one eyebrow looks really sharp while the other one looks kind of wonky. So I use a little bit of concealer underneath just to make it nice and crisp. And I'm using now my concealer, the LA Girl concealer in the Fawn color. Now, I like to put my concealer on underneath my foundation just because I don't want to have that halo over lightened under eye effect that I see everywhere. I just want my makeup to look natural. I just want to look bright and fresh and have an even skin tone. So I put my concealer underneath my my foundation, and I try not to go too light. Like, my concealer has a little bit of a gold base underneath of it just to give me a nice little glow. And yeah, that's all I do for the concealing. I don't do layers of concealing. I try to keep my makeup routine as simple as possible because I don't have patience or time to do any of that. So I just pat that in. So now I'm putting on my foundation. I like to use the Lancome Teint Idole. I don't know how you pronounce it. I think that's how you pronounce it. In the color 470 Suede. And prior to this video, I used to use 500, but I felt like it was too dark after it oxidizes. So I got re-swatched with the 470 Suede, and I'm like, I feel like this is too light. I'm like, this is like a weird color, but oddly enough, as I'm looking in the video, this color matches my skin tone perfectly. And I'm not putting a lot on because I'm not trying to conceal all of my pigmentation. I just want to even out my skin tone, and I like a little bit of my skin. I like a little bit of the imperfections to show through just so it looks a little bit natural. I'm not trying to completely cover everything on my face. I just want it to look just a little more even because I suffer from polycystic ovarian syndrome. So, everything that goes along with that, it kind of makes my skin a little more sensitive, and I'm prone to hyperpigmentation, so I have a lot of that. So, I definitely want to even out my skin tone because all that pigmentation makes my skin look worse than it really is. But, I have decent skin. Alright, so now moving on to my eyes. I'm using my blush from MAC. It's blunt underneath my eyes because I like to create a little smoky, sultry effect underneath my eyes, and I use a little bit in my crease just to give my eyes a little bit of depth. Because when you wear glasses, when you do your eye makeup, you got to kind of keep it a little bit simple. You don't want to have too much makeup going on underneath the glasses. So I just do a little smoke underneath the eyes just to give it a little more depth. And I always go in, well, sometimes I go in with this purpley raspberry color underneath, depending on how I feel and what hair color I'm wearing that day. I put a little bit of that raspberry color underneath my eyes. I know it looks crazy right now, but once I put my eyeliner on, it'll be all good. And usually when I do my makeup, it takes me 20-25 minutes to do my makeup. So I'm just going in and blending out that blush in my eye. Is it weird that I use my contour powder as my eyeshadow color? It's not weird at all. I'm just being resourceful, right? Even though I have a drawer full of eyeshadow, I still use my contour powder as my eyeshadow. It's not weird at all. Anyway, so after I blend out my eyeshadow, I like to go in with my liquid eyeliner, and this is a liner that I got from Milani. I have the exact name down below. I don't remember the name right now because it completely came off the bottle. But I always do a classic cat eye. Because my everyday eye makeup look varies. So I'll probably end up doing like one or two everyday makeup looks because it varies. Sometimes I like smudgy eyeliner. Sometimes I like a crisp cat eye alone, and then a look like this with the cat eye and a little smoked out underneath. So, you know, depending on how good this one goes, I might film some more. Anyway, so after I do my cat eye, I like to go in with my mascara. This is from the Falsies line. I think it's Mega Plush mascara. I put like one coat on there because I go back with my 3D Fiber Lash from Younique that I bought a couple months ago, just to give me some more volume in the lash area, because I don't like to wear false lashes for two reasons. One, I don't like the way they feel on my eyes all the time, and two, I really don't know how to put on eyelashes. Isn't that sad? That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. I try so hard to try to put them on, but it just never works. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just get a better mascara. So after I put my mascara on, while I'm waiting for that to dry to finish up, I go back in with my contour powder, which is Blunt from MAC, and with my contour brush, I just go in and have at it. I try not to do too heavy. I kind of like to get that nice little sharp contour in and go a little around my forehead, just to make me look a little more golden, a little more bronzed, a little more Beyonce. And then I use my favorite blush in the whole wide world, NARS Exhibit A. This, I swear, this is the most pigmented, most amazing blush I used ever. I think this is the only blush that I use. All I need is 2 swipes of my brush, and I have enough coverage to last me all day. And I swear, like, this is like the perfect color for me because it's like a red-orange color, and it just gives me a nice glow. So after I put on my blush, I use a little bit of my highlighting powder. It's like this gold powder from MAC. I forget the exact name of it because I've had it for so long. And I just go back in and put a little bit of gold underneath my eyes, or underneath my eyebrows, and a little bit right in the middle of my eyes, right over top my pupils, just to give it a nice little glow, not too much though. And I put it a little bit in the corner of my eyes. It kind of just makes my eyes look more awake and more amazing. Then I put just a little bit right down the bridge of my nose. Now I'm going in and filling in my eyebrows with a little bit of powder. I like to use MAC Embark. It's a dark brown color because I don't want my eyebrows to be too dark. And I don't put a lot of powder on my eyebrows because I don't want it to look like the, you know, those overdrawn, tapered, fade looking eyebrows, those awful looking eyebrows I see all over Tumblr or whatever. I put just a little bit on, and I like to just brush it through, blend it in with the wax, just to make it look a little more natural. Well, in my case, as natural as possible. You know, no matter what I do, my eyebrow texture will always be different where my scar is, just because there's not a lot of hair there. So I always have to, I always end up putting more on one side than the other, just to kind of even it out as much as possible. So unfortunately for me, my texture will always be different on both sides, but as long as the color looks as even as possible, that's fine with me. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm not looking for beat brows, perfect brows. I just want it to look as natural as possible because there is not a lot of hair there. So, you know, it looks good to me. So now I'm going in with the Younique 3D Fiber Lash. And at first, I loved this mascara. I thought it was like the greatest thing on earth. But, you know, the more that I use it, the more that I don't care for it. just because it takes too long to put this mascara on. I don't have patience for this. I'm still going to use it till I finish it up, but I'm definitely on the search for something else because I just not feeling this mascara as much as I thought I would. Maybe I just have to give it a break and go back and use it again, but I don't. It's too time consuming. It's too many steps. I just need something that is just like all in one tube. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, not to say that the Younique Fiber Lash, not to say that it's bad, but it's just not for me. I don't have time or patience to do these steps anymore, but I like my lashes long, so this beats having to put on glue on eyelashes and have it stuck to my eye because I don't know how to put them on. So if you ladies know of any good, you know, fiber mascaras, something similar to Younique Lash that will give me nice elongated gorgeous lashes without me having to put on fake eyelashes, definitely leave me a comment down below. Let me know your suggestions. After I'm done with my eyes, I move on to my lips. I use a little bit of a brown lip liner pencil, a nice warm chocolate brown. And I go in with my Revlon Colorburst lipstick in the color Ice Latte and top it off with a little bit of NYX lip gloss in the color Smoky Look. So after I put this on, I am done. And that is that. This is my everyday makeup look, so I hope you all enjoyed it. You know, as always, if you have any questions, leave them down below. And I will talk to you guys later.